everybody, it's me, Jessica Lahore, and we're back with another Jess Talk, where today we're going to talk all about costuming, my process behind costuming, custom outfits, fits, looks, and more. But before we get into this episode, make sure that you subscribe to my channel, hit the bell for notifications, and please make sure that you are following all of our streaming platforms for this podcast, iTunes, Spotify, and more. Let's get into it. Costuming, my process, and how we get there.
Attention the whore, attention the whore, attention the whore, attention. Here I am walking down the street, seeing all the boys trying to take a peek. Shorts pulled up and chest out right. Come on, boys, just take a bite. Look but don't touch, spin it round and round.
Okay, so costuming. My base borderline opinion on costuming, whether it comes to myself and other people, is that I want your look to be authentic to you while also telling a story in some capacity, okay? With myself, I'm definitely a little bit harder on myself when it comes to looks, ideas, costuming, especially over the progression of my career, like what I want to present on stage, how I want to present certain looks, my perception and my mindset on how looks can be used. There are some entertainers that just get all up in arms over pedestrian clothing. There are some entertainers that get so up in arms about clothing not having a single rhinestone. There are some entertainers that refuse to repeat looks after a certain time. There's some entertainers that are okay with re-wearing the exact same thing, only the exact same thing. And I think it's really, really up to you. That's really your own drag. I think that policing somebody else's drag is completely unacceptable when it comes to looks. I think that you're allowed to have an opinion on it though, and like you can not necessarily restrict yourself from booking others based on that opinion, but making sure that your opinion is transparent as to how you do your bookings or like what your expectations are. I don't think it's fair to not book somebody without telling them, hey, I'm looking for this kind of energy for my show for the future, and then not just tell them so that they don't get booked again. That to me doesn't make sense. But if I approach individuals for a show, I'm like, this is the theme, I expect costumes in this theme, I expect maybe a new look, I expect a reveal, I expect that you don't walk around in your performance look, whatever that is. I think that needs to be put forward at the beginning of the expectation so that performers know what they're supposed to meet and they're not taken off guard when they get to the gig. Let's talk about like old school drag for a minute. Old school drag, you arrive in drag, and this is variable old school drag because before you had to get ready at the gig and then you'd leave how you arrived because it was illegal to not show up with a certain number of articles of clothing that you were wearing that presented to your gender on your license. But I mean like old school probably in the last like 10 years ago when I started. So it's not old school, but older school. You arrive at the gig in full drag, you leave in the gig in full drag, you're ready to go, and things like that. I just never stood behind that. I hate getting in drag at my house and driving in drag and getting to the gig, in full costume. I like getting there, taking my time to get into my costume. Like, that is the first time that you see me. I'm also okay with walking around in like sweatpants and a dirty makeup shirt and a wig cap. Like, that is totally me. And I usually look at people when they're like, huh, that's my entertainment. I'm like, don't worry, it gets better. Let's just set the bar low. And I think also with me specifically, people don't give me as much shit because they know I can turn looks. They know that I can come and pull out looks left and right. And so it's not like I'm consistently showing up in just like my wig cap, my sweats, and my makeup shirt, but they know that I'm going to come out. You never know what Jessica you're going to get. Are you going to get high glamorous Jessica? Are you going to get spooky Jessica? Are you going to get Broadway Jessica? Are you going to get comedy Jessica? Are you going to get gender bending Jessica? Are you going to get androgynous Jessica? Are you going to get campy Jessica? All types of different themes that I come in. I like to show up with how I'm feeling that day, with whatever I like, and if I have an opportunity to showcase 3 looks, you're going to get 3 different storylines behind it. I think that's something that I've always really prided myself on, is that when I create my looks and create my stories, I'm like a drag hoarder with a warehouse of drag. And it's because I like to hold on to things and create stories, and sometimes I hold on to things for years. it's just one accessory. It could be a shoe or jewelry or a wig, and it'll stay that way until the look is perfectly constructed to be presented. And usually when it's perfectly constructed to be presented, it takes like 3 more times after that to develop what that performance / storyline looks like, and that's from hosting to performing in. And I think that as I practice it or I bring it out, it gets better and better and better until I call it a Jessica classic, which is like something that is iconic to Jessica, that she wears and only she wears that. I really like custom things. I like unique things. I like finding and scouring the internet for unique pieces that other people don't have. And if other people have an item that's similar, making sure that I style it or that I present it in my own unique fashion, my own unique way. I love turning a look. I love hosting in a look that is not stereotypical to the bingo or brunch scene. I love performing in looks that you wouldn't normally see, that are like more expensive or more thought through. They don't have to be expensive, but more thought through, more detail oriented. My looks are 1 per song, sometimes 2 per song, very rarely. And sometimes, very rarely, do I have a look that can be used for any song. But everything has a story, everything has a reason, at least in my head and in my noggin, to how I present it on the stage. So like this look, this is my updated Goldfinger look. James Bond Goldfinger, Shirley Bassey. You will only see me perform this outfit in that look, period. That's just all that I would do in this look. It's just how I want to present it. Same thing with a lot of my dance numbers, a lot of my costume numbers. Everything has a look that is specific to the song or the story that I'm trying to tell. Whether that is, I'm a cute, innocent girl that turns into a burlesque stripper that looks like she lives on a cherry farm, to I am spooky, dark, taken from the underworld, cinched at the waist, looks like I've lost 3 ribs, my dick is out, different color contacts. Like, everything has a story when I'm creating something. And I don't believe in releasing these looks until it's time.
What comes first, the story or the look?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't have it's not a which comes first, it's whatever the order is. Like, for example, I found a pair of shoes in Nebraska, Omaha, Nebraska. They were sneakers, but they were about 3-inch platform money sneakers. And I was like, I need these shoes. Like, these are so unique. No one else is gonna have these shoes. So I get these shoes. I have these shoes for about 2 years. Then I finally am like, okay, I know what I want to do with this look. I want to do a cheerleader look, but I want to do like a gold $sign rip away, like I look like a coach or a rapper, into a money look that is a cheerleader look. But I have not put the full mix together to perform it as a song. So it's just been sitting for like the last 5 years. I have outfits that are still in the bubble wrap that are custom from years ago. I have ideas in my head. I'm like, it's just not time to mesh it all together to bring it to fruition for a photo shoot or for a performance. But it's in my back pocket in case I need it. I always have costumes on hand that people have not seen and hair on hand that people have not seen. But it also gets to a point where I'm like, I refuse to sell things or I refuse to get rid of things because I'm like, what if I need it one day?
Yeah.
When it comes to costuming, I'm also a strong believer that you can wear it as many times as you fucking want to and as often as you want to. Do I think that it is important to be cognizant of like how often you wear looks for performances at the same venue or how often you cycle through costumes and performances? Yes. Why? Because it keeps it fresh, it keeps it interesting, it keeps things memorable but also not memorable. Like, oh, I remember that look, but it's been so long since I've seen her wear it. That kind of idea. I also like associating costumes and songs with numbers that people will only think of me. So like, I might perform this song and somebody else might perform that song, which is totally okay, but people are thinking of me. They're thinking of Came Here for Love by Segala. They're thinking of my big, blue, over-the-top eleganza coat with my corset and my like very rough around the edges warrior hair style. Like, people hear that song with other people performing it, but in the back of their head, they're thinking of me because I've abused that song. Same thing with like starving. No one else is gonna think of getting fucked with a chicken sandwich or fucked with a burrito, and then you hear that song, you think of me. But I encourage you to perform it. But I'm always a strong believer that there's one person in the audience that has not seen that look, has not seen that number. And if those looks are expensive, you should be able to perform it as many times as you want until you quote unquote pay it off. Pay off the look. You should wear it as many times as you fucking feel like it. You spent the money on it. It's custom to you. It's beautiful. But then you have other cities, LA for example, where they will wear the same looks and do the same numbers. And this is for years. Every weekend, every show, same. And to me, that's just so restricting on creativity in terms of like what I want to do with my drag. I want to create new stories and create new looks and get excited about performing. And if they're happy doing that, absolutely to them, but I can't do that. I also think that's also what gets me in trouble with mixes, and we can make this a whole new episode, but I'm not much of a mix queen girl. When I make mixes, they're very intentional. I don't force a storyline or force a theme or force two songs that don't go together for the sake of the outfit or for the sake of people wanting me to perform longer. If that's the song, let me take the song that you have and let me put a story to just that song. Sometimes it needs a little bit more, sometimes it's just perfect the way that it is. Like, let me create something from just what is in front of you and leave it at that. And that is enough. Enough is enough. Sometimes people create these 15-minute long mixes that don't make any goddamn sense, and they get tired, and then everyone's like,
what did I just watch?
What did I just watch? This makes no sense. But I really love turning out looks. I love a cattle call. If I have time to change in a large production show or just a larger show in general, I love walking the runway at the end in a new outfit, doing a quick change into something that people have not seen or something that's really awesome to like stomp the runway in. Usually most of my shows consist of 3 to 4 looks every single time. An entrance look, a beginning of the show look, a hosting look, a performance look, sometimes a roulette look, sometimes if I have 3 numbers, each number is different themed. So like one showcases comedy, one showcases dancing, one showcases glamour, pageant, emotion, or a category of style of drag, so that the audience gets to see 3 different concepts come to life, or 4, depending on if I'm hosting or not. Everything has a purpose, a rhyme, a reason as to why I wear it, or how I construct my garments head to toe. And although I don't make a lot of things, my sewing skills are super borderline, or simple baseline. Like, I can replace a zipper, I can hem an outfit, I can create a dress, I can create a leotard. Very easy things like that. I don't have the desire to construct full ideas of things that I make or that I want to present, like my big extravagant ideas. I don't have the desire to make those things. I desire to sketch them out, help piece them together, bring my thoughts to page, and then have somebody bring from page to real life. And that's kind of how I do a lot of my stuff. But I also love creating my costumes from others. Like, I'm okay with buying used drag if it's in good condition. I'm completely okay with buying somebody's used drag, creating my new storyline and my new spin on it, and therefore it's then stamped on me. It is now my drag. It is mine to put out in there because I'm doing my own idea on what this drag item is for me. I love hoarding drag, and I like collecting drag from other entertainers. Like, it's really cool to me to say that I have Denver drag icons. I have drag from different icons from all over the city, from all over the state, from those that have retired. I just think it's so cool to be like, oh, look at my closet. I have this piece. This piece is technically over 30 years old because this came from another queen who got it from another queen, and it's been passed down from generations. Like, it's a statement piece. I love it. I hate when people always ask me what my drag is. I try to, or what my style or my aesthetic of drag is. I always say a chameleon, but chameleon says that I've changed my language, because a chameleon of drag to me now is a different idea. The chameleon of drag is that you go and you change your drag to fit the environment of the space that you're in. And I think every drag entertainer does that a little bit. Like, sometimes I will alter what I would want to do in terms of my drag to fit what is requested of me in that space or that environment. Like, I will change the colors of my outfit or my theme of my outfit. But I am more the opposite of the chameleon. I set the tone for what people should be bringing to the space. If people see me in a show, they don't know what I'm going to bring or what I'm going to do, but they best know that it's gonna come out fierce, it's gonna come out like top notch, whether that's expensive, campy, or cheap or whatever, and that they need to bring that too. Like, I'm setting the tone for what others should be bringing to a space. My brunch is a great example. Without 100% telling my entertainers what kinds of looks and what kinds of performances to bring, they always bring their A game. My A team always brings their A game because they're expected to bring a roulette look, they're expected to bring a hosting look and a performance look. And they know that I'm going to bring something on a wide range that they need to turn it out to, and they always turn it out. They're always bringing something authentic to themselves and to the stage, and I think that's important to set that kind of tone. So, I mean, I feel like I am still a chameleon. Like, I can do any event. I have costumes for any special occasion. If I don't, I want to get a costume for that occasion. I like having my back pocket Halloween looks, my back pocket holiday looks, my back pocket eras, decades looks, my burlesque looks, my campy looks. I like having things ready to go. My pride looks, my Valentine's Day looks. I like having things ready to go on the back burner so that I'm prepared for any gig or show that's thrown at me in case people request it of me. Where do most of my ideas stem from? My ideas are all over the place. I wish that I knew. Sometimes my ideas stem from watching a style or a performer of drag, and I'm like, holy shit, this is epic, next level. How do I get to a place where I can do that? I'm not copying your style and aesthetic, but I want to embody the confidence of your artistic abilities into what I want to present in that same fashion. A great example is I always admire the Stax Navy. The Stax Navy has the ability to put on a look, may not be the craziest over-the-top look, but it is a thigh high with a cunty outfit, some cunty hair, snatched makeup, and they turn the party. They feel their body, they do certain tricks, they listen to the music and to how they put themselves on the stage, and I want to do that so bad. I want to be able to encompass and embody that bad bitchery in a number. So that's kind of where some of these looks stem from. Looks and performances stem from me wanting to say, I don't have a look like that. How do I create my own look in that own same style and fashion? I don't have a performance like that. How can I create my own performance in that same style and same fashion while not copying it? I create my own idea from it. And sometimes I have to listen to music for ages to find the right song, or I have to really search the internet for the right shoe style or the right costume piece that I'm looking for, the right accessory, the right hair, until I believe it's presentable to the world. Yeah, my ideas are all over the place, but if you come into my drag lab, which you get to see in one of these episodes, you see that I have a little bit of everything all over the place, depending on how I'm feeling that day. But comment below. You've seen tons of my photos and images. What are some memorable performances or memorable looks that you have of Jessica Lahore? In the meantime, comment below other topics for Jess Talks that you would like to see as we continue with our episodes and seasons, and we'll see you next time. Bye!
Attention Lahore.
Hi little whores, it's me, Jessica Lahore, and did you know that I'm on Cameo? That's right, Cameo is a platform where you can get personalized messages from me, the biggest whore in all of Colorado. Whether it be a birthday sing-along, a bar mitzvah, a congratulations on your new job, and congratulations you didn't get pregnant, I'm your whore for the message. So, follow the link below, click it, and book your next Cameo to surprise your best friend, your grandma, your family member, or any other little Lahore fan out there. Come on, book them now.